Hello World, PDR coming at you here with a 2017 Chevy 2500, really nice DURAMAX Denali. Oh, just let the hood go up. It's got a body line dent that's on the bottom and the top of this top body line. I don't know if you guys got a great angle on it or not. I can turn that in closer and then I can pull it off completely to show you just in natural light. I opened the hood and I've got some access behind here. I can almost touch it with my finger. There's a little hole in there. So we might access it through there, but what I want to do first is make sure that this is on and full and put it up to where it needs to be and just give it a nice little glue pull. I warmed it up to about 100 and now I'm letting it cool so I know where my temperature is at. I might even just give it a little bit of heat. And I'm going to plop this tab right there and a smaller one down there. I'm going to turn the heat off. Let me turn my hat around and check the temperature for you guys and myself here. We're looking at 88, 87. Perfect temperature is 85, so it's going to be 85 in about, what, now, right? 3, 2, 1. Give it a nice drop. I've got this going up and down my crease because my feet from my thing are going to sit in that same formation. I'm looking for a smaller little tab here now. And I'm going to go with one of these cheapy China wimpy tabs. Why? Honestly, because I don't want to make a super pull. I just want to make a light pull down here. And I'm going to use a slide hammer for this one and the lifter for the top one. So somebody had made a comment on glue pulling the other day where they said I waited 10 minutes and then took the tab off and it wasn't working. That's probably why. You see how long I wait? I wait about 45 seconds to a minute depending on the temperature. Always check my feet that they're not going to unfold or have any dirt on them. Any little tiny, that was a piece of wax, but any little tiny metal shaving would scratch the vehicle. We got to be very careful with all these every time we touch the paint. And I'm just going to give it a nice solid even pull. It moved it. I almost burnt my arm. Let's be honest, I burnt my arm by touching the heat gun there, and oh, my bad. Now I'm going to grab the slidey. And we're going to give this one just a little baby slide. And you notice that I flip it up and pull it around, so I might stop right there. Yeah, it's going to go high. If I pull it even harder, it's going to go high. I can always tap her down a little bit. Let's grab the 99% ISO. There. Yeah, I feel like this little tab is going to break anyway. It is really cheap. And if you wonder why would I use a cheap product, like I just said, it's probably going to be one of the last times I use it. It's about ready to break off. But I didn't want to make a real strong pull, and I know that those Keiko tabs that I use will just pull forever. So basically, guys, there we go. So it moved that bottom one high, and it moved the top one. I'd say it got out 30% of it. So what I'll do is I'll make some taps here. I'll show you what I'm going to do here, guys. But we're definitely not going to keep you in for the whole dent because it is going to be quite a longer dent. I'll probably spend about an hour, hour and a half on this dent. So I'm going to be doing this. Breaking that high down, getting that line flat. I might make another pull right here. We'll come back to you in just a bit and show you what we got. Okay, guys, we're back. I tapped down that little high pull, a little bit of this high tug right here I tapped down, and basically I've just got my RDI 24 Dentcraft tool with my R34 spongy tip. And I'm just going to come right through this dent. Got it a little bit warm. Let's keep it warm. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We are using the microphone and we are out in nature with wild animals. And I just had it up to about 100. So let's see where we're at. We're about 98. It's not warm out, but it's not cold out. So basically my push is kind of an elbowed push like this. I'm pulling it back towards me. And I will say the thing, guys, I sure do appreciate you clicking on this video. I really do. If you would, hit that subscribe button. Wifey and I sure appreciate it. We love to see the channel grow. We love to see all the positive comments. And frankly, whenever we see one of those people that makes a YouTube account just so that they can make negative comments, we just delete them. We don't need any of that stuff. But yeah, I'm making some pushes right through here, and I'm coming down towards that line. Obviously the glue was doing a good job, but right on this body line, I don't know how to put it. Maybe I just don't trust it as much as my tool, knowing right where I'm at and pushing. So I'm just getting in here and making these baby pushes. I'm working it up real slow. Hopefully you guys have a good visual on that. I'm going to actually move the board a bit so I'm actually going for the fog is what I want to see. So I'm going to kind of stand up on my tippy toes here. It's a big truck. It's a real nice truck for a real nice guy. We're going to do a real nice job. And now I'm basically coming into the center there. I'm going for the meat. Some slow pushes. And like I said, we probably won't keep you guys in for the whole dent. Honestly, between then and now was almost a half an hour already. So we're taking our time and doing it nice and slow. This whole dent will take me, I don't know what I said in the beginning of the video, but probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Just to make sure it comes out real nice. Right where that tug is. Give it a little baby tap. Make sure that I'm keeping these lines on the bottom edge straight as I make those pushes, which it looks like it's tightening up. You can hear the sound change. You hear how that sounds like I'm hitting the top of a nail? That's the crest. That's the back of the dent. And that's what we have to change that sound. Once that sound pitch changes, I can start working again. It's still tight. It's going to happen any second. Patience. Okay, that sound's going to go away in just a second here. But like I say, a little bit of patience with it. Looking for that right spot. Yeah, I can't get that pingy sound anymore, so I know that there's not a lot of tension in it. Having the heat on it does help. Somebody made a comment that heat doesn't help tapping down. Yes, it does. And guys, you know, the only reason why I make these videos is just to share what I know with the world. Hopefully entertain somebody and hopefully teach somebody something they didn't maybe know. And this, by the way, is a very high level difficulty of a paintless dent repair. I wouldn't have been able to do this dent in my first 5 years of doing dents. At least the way I'm going to do it for you today. And if I was to have a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is about a 7.5 on the scale. It's a very, very difficult bodyline dent. The only thing that makes it very nice is the access. I got some good access on it, which we will utilize. So now that we got that tapped down, guys, I'm going to make some more pushes, and I guess we'll keep you in on this for just a couple more pushes here. I'm actually going to make some pushes on the bottom line here. They're kind of wonky and weird, so off goes the squishy. And I think we're just gonna grab Bertha. Maybe number 1, but Bertha for sure. So we're just going for the metal now. Metal to metal. I always could put a little piece of electrical tape on the tip, but I'm looking for it now. Where are we? Just through here. And I've got Bertha just right up in there. And I'm going to make some strong pushes. Hopefully you guys can hear me, but hopefully you can see me right here. See this middle of the body line? I got it nice and warm. And this is where the magic happens. Just going to kind of go into Zen mode and make some really slow pushes that you won't be able to see. You might be able to see the metal flex. And now I'm in the center of that teardrop. Almost made a strong push there, but that was the perfect push to make, right where I need to be. Feeling the temperature. It's right where it needs to be. And I'm kind of using one eye because of the angle. I'm in the fog, and I just need to know that my tool is in the right spot. And now I'm right on that body line, guys. Here we go. Kind of a weird pullish twist push at the same time. And at the same time, I'm holding onto it with the tips of my fingers to keep it in place while hanging my hand over this, which is cutting off the circulation in my hand. So it's about 3 or 4 different things I'm doing while I'm making this push. But we sure do appreciate everybody that clicks on that like button, that subscribe button. If you hit that notifications bell, you'll be notified every time we make a new video. And let's finish off the top part of this dent. I'm still in here. I'm making some baby pushes. I know that there's a ridge right here, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to keep on working the rest of this body line. And we can always tap that ridge down. And I'm just going to kind of finish off this low here. The real deal. We show you the reels on PDR. Just taking our time and going really slow. And I was thinking about patience earlier today, and guys, patience isn't just going slow. It's making every one of those pushes count and not making any wrong ones. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of stop, take a step back, look at this thing. Now it's looking real nice, and I'm going to get in here and tap this high ridge down because it is kind of in my sight line and in my way. A little bit of Zen tappy. I always try to keep the conversation up to tell you what I'm thinking while I'm doing it, but sometimes, guys, I just need to sit here and work. That's why we take so many clips recently. But I have been thinking about just doing a 40 or 45 minute long video on a dent that takes me that long and having you guys see the entire process. Leave a comment down below if you want me to do that. It just takes up a lot of battery power and a lot of memory and a lot of time, but the difference is having the camera on for that long instead of just 10 or so minutes. But yeah, I know I said I was going to give you the final result when we come back, but I thought I'd bring you in for some of those pushes because they were pretty in-depth. I'm going to do that again down here and again down here, and now we will bring you in for the final result in just a bit. Okay guys, we're back. Let's do this. Well, we won't slam it, but we'll just close the hood down. We'll see what we ended up with. I will say, I think we got it to the 90 to 95% mark, which is what I promised the customer. There's a slight little wave on the bottom. This is very, very fine orange peel. There is almost no orange peel on this paint. This is, I guess, the Denali edition has a really good paint job on it. So it came out pretty good, and it came out the way I said it would, which is you basically have to have a board and a really good dent eye to see the exact deviation. But other than that, it's just kind of a little wave. It came out the way I wanted it to. I hope you guys liked watching this video. I sure liked making it for you. If you would, hit that like button on the way out. We sure appreciate that. Otherwise, this has been PDR, and I'm out. Peace.